Hello, my mathematicians. Today we're going to be looking at Module 4, Lesson 4. So, this lesson is all about using grouping symbols because depending on where our grouping symbols are, we can get different answers. So, hopefully by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to describe how to use grouping symbols in a numerical expression and place parentheses so an expression has a given value. So, we're going to start with the step it out question. Number 1 says Justine is making jewelry for her friends. She makes 4 of the bracelets shown. To determine the number of beads she needs, she writes the numerical expression 5 plus 3 plus 6 times 4. Use order of operations to evaluate Justine's numerical expression. So, just as a reminder, order of operations, we have our grouping symbols for step 1. So it could be parentheses, brackets, braces, any of those. 2 would be exponents, which we're not really going to see too much of, but that is step number 2. Number 3 is going to be your division or multiplication, depending on the order it comes in the problem. So if division is first in the problem, you do division first. If multiplication is first, you do multiplication. And then addition or subtraction, depending on the order it comes in the problem. So if subtraction's first in the problem, you do subtraction. If addition's first, you do addition. So we're starting with the problem. 5 plus 3 plus 6 times 4. So we go through our steps. Are there any parentheses or any grouping symbols? No. Are there any exponents? No. Is there any multiplication or division? Yes. So we're going to do that first. So we're going to do 6 times 4. We're going to write everything else down the same. So 5 plus 3 plus, and then 6 times 4, which is 24. So everything else stayed the same. Keep going. So we're going to just double check. Any parentheses? Nope. Exponents? No. Division, multiplication? No. Addition or subtraction? Yes, there's addition. And we're going to do the addition in order from left to right. So we're going to start with 5 plus 3. 5 plus 3 is 8. So we're going to do 8 plus 24. And that's all we have left. So we're going to do the 8 plus 24, which is 32. So she's saying 32 is her answer. But her expression doesn't quite make sense. Because if you look at her bracelet here, these are all the different beads she needs. So we're not quite, the 32 seems a little low. So B says, which part of Justine's numerical bracelet models the number of beads she uses for one bracelet? Well, we have 5 green, 3 yellow, and 6 blue. So it would be the 5 plus 3 plus 6 is how many beads she needs for one bracelet. So how can you use your answer from part B to find how many beads she uses for 4 bracelets? Well, we want to multiply the sum of this by 4. So multiplying the sum of 5 plus 3 plus 6 by 4. So if we do it that way, that's what we would be doing first, okay? So if we just do 5 plus 3 plus 6, 5 plus 3 plus 6, we'd have 8 plus 6 is going to be 14. So we would be doing 14 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. So that would give us 56 beats. And 56 is different than 32. Sometimes my page doesn't want to scroll. There we go. Okay. How can you rewrite 5 plus 3 plus 6 times 4 with parentheses so that it models the number of beads she needs to make the 4 bracelets? Well, remember, if we look up here, we want to do parentheses, means that's what we want to do first. And we said we want to do this first, so we're going to put all that into parentheses. So we're going to do parentheses 5 plus 3 plus 6, and then multiply that by 4. So now we're going to go to the next page. So step it out number 2. Says Mr. Finn makes gift boxes with 4 green bracelets, 1 gold bracelet, and 1 necklace. Each bracelet costs $2 to make, and each necklace costs $5. He has $90 to spend on gift boxes. How can you model the number of gift boxes Mr. Finn can make using numerical expression? Well, first let's look over the side of some of our different grouping symbols. So we've already used parentheses. So those are probably our most common at this point. But it gets confusing if you just use parentheses. So if we have any more groups we need to do, we can use brackets. So our parentheses just kind of look like curved lines, where a bracket then is a little bit more boxy. And then you have braces, which look kind of like squiggles. I'm not very good at drawing the braces. Some days they turn out, and then other days they just look really weird. But so you just kind of have parentheses, brackets, and braces. Just to give you a little bit bigger example or what they're going to look like when I write them. Again, we just use these because we have more grouping and it gets really confusing if you have a lot of parentheses. So A says, write an expression in parentheses to represent the total number of bracelets in one gift box. So Mr. Finn makes gift boxes with 4 green bracelets, 1 gold bracelet, and 1 necklace. So we're going to have 4 plus 1. Then it says, write an expression in brackets to represent the total cost of bracelets in one gift box. Well, each bracelet costs $2. So we're going to start with, we're still starting with the 4 plus 1. Then we're going to add on the 2 because we want to multiply both of those by 2. So the innermost of the parentheses is what we did first, and then what we would do second. So next it says, write an expression in braces to represent the total cost of the bracelets and necklace in one gift box. So we still have the 4 plus 1 is what we start with. Our next step is to multiply by 2. And then we are adding on the $5 for the one bracelet. Or one necklace, sorry. Then it says, write and evaluate an expression to show how many gift boxes Mr. Finn can make with $90. So we're going to divide 90 by all of that. So we're going to start and we'll rewrite it here. Then off to the side, we're going to write the whole thing. So we have 90 divided by the quantity 2 times the quantity 4 plus 1 plus 5. So, following order of operations, we do our grouping symbols first. So we're going to our innermost set of grouping symbols, which in this case is our 4 plus 1. So I'm going to rewrite everything else. So 4 plus 1 is 5. And then we still go to our innermost grouping symbols, which would now mean we're doing the 2 times 5. So rewrite everything else. 2 times 5 is 10. Then go to innermost grouping. 10 plus 5. 90 divided by 15. So now we have to figure out how many times 15 goes into 90. And that would be 6 times. If I didn't, I could go off to the side here. But we get 6. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 plus 3, 90. Good, 6. So we have 6 gift boxes. And that is all for today's lesson. Hopefully you are now able to describe how to use grouping symbols in a numerical expression and place parentheses so an expression has a given value. Remember, in order to be a math person, you just need to be a person and do math.